Hey Dave, this is Matt. Sorry it took so long to get this to you. We were making some back-end updates, but the app is live and I'm just here to show you how to log in once you get your credentials and just some of the cool features that you can do with this. So this is your home screen for the app, and I'm just going to put in our test account right now. It'll be your email address though. And I'll go ahead and put in the password. And what it's doing is it's logging into the back end. And so in the back end, you see it gives you kind of an emulator of your app, and you can kind of go through and see exactly what that looks like. You have basically on the top here is your menu items. We'll cover the hamburger menu here in a moment because that opens up to some content, but you can kind of see exactly how this is going to look on different devices if someone's trying to pull it up. On the right hand side, if you don't have this open, you can just select it. It opens it up, and this basically goes through and shows you just the different options that you have. You can come in and you can customize the color and everything. Now be careful about doing this, because if you change something, it's gone. So I mean, you want to be very sure as far as what you're changing here, as far as colors, logo, things like that. And so you just want to be careful. Content items, this is where you can add or remove content. You can edit content. So for instance, if I click on About Us, this has all your About Us information, but let's suppose that you want to update that. I can click on over here on the right on About Us, and it'll think here for a moment, and it comes in, and I have this content option here that I can select, and now I can come in and actually update that content. And so again, all of these have different settings and different abilities to work with. And then of course, if you want to change the navigation mode, again, I'd be careful with that, only because it's set and configured, but you have the ability to do that. I think the most thing that you're going to probably want to get into is sending out push notifications and things like that. And so I'm going to come over here to the hamburger menu, and from here I can come down and I can select audiences, and this is where I can see all the information. For instance, I can see my traffic. I can select that, and it'll tell me how many page views there's been, sessions, unique sessions. I can select this and actually get a little bit deeper. I can scroll down and see how many downloads there were. I can see what the visit duration was, and so this gives me really good analytics, and I can go by device, and so or operating system, my Android, tablet, and so forth, and then I can scroll down and even get deeper into those statistics. If I come back over, again, you can look at just some of the other options here. I mean, monetization you probably won't use right now, but as far as sending out push notifications, I'm going to select user, and I can click on send. And from here, I can put in my message, and it shows over here what it will kind of look like. And so I can put in, Jesus Christ is Lord. I can do that, and I can select an action, and anytime you see these little question marks, you can just hover over them and it will tell you exactly what it will do. And so if I select the action, now when someone clicks, basically what this means is when that push notification comes in, what do you want it to do when someone clicks on it, when they press it on their phone? And so it can open the app, it can open to a specific page, you can have it do a lot of things on that. Most standard is just open the app. I can send this message right now or on a specific date. And so then I can come in here and I can say, well, I want this message sent on Friday, and I want it sent at 9 a.m. Exactly. Now local time is based off of the notification will be sent at the chosen hour, respecting the different time zones of the user. Attention, this type of message must be programmed at least 24 hours in advance. So if you use local time, it's based off of the time of the server. And then of course I can select my Android and iOS recipient target. So let's suppose that you're in a specific city and you're going to be, doing a speaking engagement, and you want to inform just people within, a target radius. I can select that, and I can change now people maybe who have opened the app 0 times in the last 30 days, people who don't have the last update of the app, people who have never received a notification, people who have their phone set to English. I can then change based off of what device, and so I can say, okay, I want this to only go to iPhone users 10.4 or Android. I can change the iOS versions. I can even get into geolocation, just like what we were talking about before. before. So let's suppose that you're doing a speaking engagement in Heber City, Utah, which is where my office is. Now I can even say, okay, well, I only want this to be just within a small portion of the city. And so it's only going to affect those who've downloaded the app in this portion. And then down here I can change the default as far as what sound I want it to have, and then of course if I want to show a badge or not, as far as the Apple badge, it kind of shows the icon, as it were. And so with that, it will show you on the right hand side how many recipients will receive that. Well, obviously none, because there's none in this particular area, let's say. But I could schedule this, and what will happen then is it will put it in, because we said that we want this to go out on Friday. It will wait, and then on Friday at 9 a.m., bam, that sends it out, and everyone who's in that radius will get it. So again, it's really powerful option here. Most of the time, you'll just have it to everyone, and you'll see that number just changed to 10 for that, and it shows you different versions as far as what it will look like on each device. And so if I were to hit send, it would send it now because I just changed that. So that's basically how you send a push notification. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll allow you to do that. But then you could also come over here to history, and you could see if there are any scheduled, or all the ones that you have sent in the past. And then as far as when you get into commenting, you can actually have people comment and stuff, and that gets a little bit more advanced. And so that in and of itself is just a real quick demonstration as far as logging in and sending out push notifications. When you're done, you can come down here and choose log out, and you're good to go. And just keep in mind, as far as the URL, foxhole.thepreachitapp.com/manage. Now, as far as adding that, we will add that to your website and code that in there correctly, but also we have it on our store, the preachitappstore.com. And so when people come here, they could scroll down, and there's your app right here that they could download for the iPhone, or if they click on Android, it literally goes to the Android store. But if they're going to click on download iPhone, they have to be viewing it on their iPhone. So that's the only caveat there. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a ticket, and we will go from there.